teach them so that they know what they know. We are from the startup team.
Yeah, she mentally.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I take care of live productions.
Oh, five.
Yeah, I have a question. Vitaly and I.
Any kind of startup. Well, ideally they have AI, or they're doing something in AI. Or like it's
Where you were talking about telling you like, no, now they're not like in the activity or something.
Yes.
Are you getting shit on your spot? You can tell me what you say. I'm very direct. Just tell me what you say. I'll tell you that for much. It's very rock, so you want to get a few of those.
Otherwise, I won't get
No,
paid.
no, I don't need it. No, we're behind the scenes. You know we should know.
That's how we sound. I think our
See you
sound
later.
No, Vitaly is now our
Their regards, spoken picture,
super active. My team know me. My team is only 16 sessions. Once a month.
What's I doing there?
Don't stress that. Stress testing.
Maybe this thing is a computer game.
You want to tell me? Yeah. That's why they raised the box. Because they raised the box. They use it so much.
Why didn't the concept program why
They're big.
Yeah, no, I mean, we can stay together. Yeah.
Once they're ready to scale, they have the right teams, they have the right funding, they have established EMF. Yes. The correct technology. So if you flag to me, you're the startups.
Yeah, we're working very closely.
Julie, back to that. This is really good.
I think
So, you want to get coffee? Coffee is outside there. And the buns behind is there. And we encourage everybody to eat like it's in your
one we have on.
We want to make it very casual.
Yes. Wow, didn't expect that to make faces.
No, I really decided that to know you.
I love your smile.
He is a different one.
This one you tell me like you were 170 credits.
Zero time.
Like, I want more credit, please.
This is the right person, so that's immovable.
You cannot photo. You cannot take photo in data centers.
So you want me to the Microsoft data center? I can consume the terms. Yes.
How much do you actually, your videos always go with you. Why?
Because there's many countries. The same name, it's just the same origin. Alexander. Something correct. You don't want to? No. No, there. Okay, you don't want to make it, we don't want it to grow up.
You want to be on one side or two sides? This is an intimate, very close, informal session.
Yeah, everybody sit on the right side. So that on the camera it will look like lots of people.
I can feel it in some way.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure you can feel it in.
You can raise your hand so people think it's
Hey Henry, when you raise hand, you raise both.
Yeah. You bigger, yeah.
Okay, guys, thank you for waiting. So basically, we have three small parts. We're not going to waste your time. Three small parts, and the first one is Fireside chat with Juliet from Microsoft, and she's in charge of working with different startups from Gen AI field, correct? And basically
Across all industries.
across all the industries and across all South Asia. So I suppose you travel a lot.
Yes, I was just in Indonesia 2 weeks ago.
Actually, I flew from Indonesia like two hours ago.
Oh!
Yeah, so from airport to
It's a massive industry.
Potential.
Potential.
But I mean, my personal experience, again, later we can kind of argue about it, but my personal experience that the best business for me is actually in Singapore.
Is
And
it?
Singapore is very straightforward, it's very kind of direct, and
But it's a small country though.
yeah, but then big companies headquartered here in
Decision making happens.
Yes, yes, yes.
I see. I see your point.
Samsung, for instance, I mean, Johnson & Johnson and so on.
I
Okay,
see your
anyway,
point.
without
Okay.
further ado, so Julie works with different IT startups in Gen AI, and in Profluence, we heard a lot about Microsoft changing itself, introducing new products, working with OpenAI. So we wanted to bring someone from Microsoft who worked in the business field and ask more questions. And I think the very first question could be, how do you see, but we have to all about AI.
Yep.
How do you see Gen AI is used for your own internal Microsoft efficiency? I mean, maybe in general, like you mentioned data center, doing some very hardcore work, and for something like a daily task, like something.
Hardcore. Okay.
Yeah, hardcore if you can count, but again, still, some daily tasks like
Interesting, yeah.
how to make Microsoft more efficient. Because I'm just trying to understand when the company is like efficient millions of people or like billions of people, how they what they do in-house.
Absolutely. Thanks for that question. And by the way, thanks for having me. And I'm so happy and excited to be here, seeing all your beautiful faces. Quick background, quick intro. I'm originally from Philippines, moved to Singapore 2 years ago. I'm part of the team called Digital Startups at ISB. We report directly to the US. Our job is to handpick high potential startups, either related to AI or maybe not, but ideally related to AI. And we grow them and scale them globally through various programs at Microsoft. I cover ASEAN, and to your point earlier, that Singapore is such a vibrant market. I totally agree with you. I have 40 portfolio accounts, and majority, 60-70%, are all Singapore founded startups and funded startups. So your question is, how do we utilize Gen AI to improve our day-to-day tasks, to make it more productive? I'm not sure how familiar you are with the mission of Microsoft: empower every person and every organization to achieve more. So I think we have coined the term co-pilot and how it is related to AI. And I cannot live without co-pilot. We have co-pilot for sales. I'm a seller, by the way. You cannot tell by now. I took marketing in my uni, and I fell in love with sales. So I've been doing business development and sales in the past 7 years now, 8 years, and Copilot is a revolutionary. I can miss a meeting and get a summary out of it and understand what the action needed to be done by myself. So no more FOMO when it comes to meetings. Number 2, so that's meetings. We have Copilot on Teams. It records the meeting. It calls out your name. When your name was mentioned, it will summarize what's your action or your do. Second, we have summarization. Email summarization. If there's some lengthy threads of emails, just click Copilot and it will summarize what it is all about and what action is needed from your side. It also goes to a Teams group chat. Imagine the power of Gen AI summarizing things for you. So that's second. And lastly, my favorite, I will just upload a PDF file, and Copilot M365 through PowerPoint will create the deck for me. Okay, that's not the last part. My favorite part is I do a lot of events as well, and I brainstorm with Bing Chat in Copilot, building enterprise to create the agenda for me. And I just edited. Imagine the tons of time that I saved because of the power of GenAI. Who here is familiar of M365 Copilot?
Oh yeah.
Okay, you're from Microsoft. And I know a lot of tools are there doing exactly the same thing, but because we're using M365 Copilot, it's kind of integrated. You don't need to visit several websites to do and be more productive. So that's how we become more productive. And for developers, I heard they're using GitHub Copilot, where it completes your code, and it even tells you what's wrong with your code. I'm so scared how this is going, because am I gonna be wiped out in terms of my role? Sellers can be replaced, you know.
The correct me if I'm wrong, but basically what I hear, like, it can create presentation, it can create a summary, but still there is maybe to be person-facing interaction with the customer. Because again, you can't replace the human connection. This one now.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, in like few years definitely may be possible, but again, this one now you can't just replace this human connection.
Exactly.
I would be more worried about, you know, like some hardcore developers or maybe some designers or like some artists and so on, because that's
Yeah.
unfortunately who are quite affected by this change.
Exactly. That's why it's called Copilot, right? Not Autopilot. Copilot is there meant to help you, make your life easier. But I wonder whether the day would come it's gonna Autopilot. I don't know.
Thank you very much. May I ask you, because you work in the different startups, and you mentioned that 60-70% of them based in Singapore.
Yep.
It's also interesting,
Yep.
because I mean, we see Indonesia is almost like 300 million people. We see
Correct.
Vietnam with very strong development teams. Most of
Correct.
the Singaporean companies move there.
In Thailand.
Thailand, yeah, I mean, lots of kind of potential region, but they are mostly based in Singapore. I'm not sure. What do you see? What are the key application trends, or what are the key kind of direction where most of the startups are working now? Because I have the experience, and again, I've met different founders, different companies, different potential investors.
Yep.
Again, maybe it's a bit rough, but they all mentioned that there are lots of something like ChatGPT or Copilot wrappers around the market.
Yes.
Again, not much innovation happening. So I'm just wondering, like, do you see this innovation, and where do you see this innovation in Singapore or in some stage?
It's a very interesting question, right? And you mentioned about GenAI wrapper, and some VCs would see that we're not open to GenAI wrapper, like, right? Like it's just packaging it in a sense, right? That's why I think it's very important to stay true to your mission, like what problems really you're solving, and how can GenAI accelerate, or not AI for that matter, accelerate that mission for you, right? In my experience, I heard that dashboard will go away, right? It's no longer needed. Your user should be able to interact with your data, with your reports in a natural language way, right? And if you're a SaaS company and you're not integrating AI to your business, you're not innovating enough. So there are a lot of AI related startups coming out. It all boils down to what problem are they really solving, and is what they're building really scalable? Do they have a product market fit, right? So for me, if you're I evaluate startups, whether I'm gonna take them on in my portfolio or not. There are only 3 things I ask, right? Number 1, what is it that you're solving? Who's your target market? And how are you scaling in terms of customer acquisition? And actually 4, and lastly, do you have enough talent in making sure that your product is continuously innovating? Whether it's AI related or not, those 4 things are super important for me, whether I want to take them on or not. So yeah, what I see the trend that a lot of SaaS companies are building their own Copilot. Right? I'm not sure, because that's very important, because number 1, they're making it easier for their users. I heard one says, we are a Copilot for lawyers. We are a Copilot for doctors. Right? So these things, I see a lot of trends coming in. But they initially, for example, they're a CRM, right? CRM for what? For a financial industry, for example, for an insurance company. Now this startup, after a year of speaking to them, they call themselves Copilot for insurance agent. Oh my god. Okay, cool. Tell me how you're doing it. How are you scaling? What's your POC? So that I see a lot of trend integrating super long answer. I hope that answered your question.
Because without I have the very last question, but before that, I just want a quick check. Do we have any maybe one question from the audience? And
Be
then
kind to me.
the final one. If not, I have to say it.
Well, I mean, do you see it in the future that there will be consolidation? Because now there really is a lot of tools and platforms. And it's like almost every day there are new things, right? I mean, there's new versions of everything, similar tools. So I don't know, do you see that there's likely there's some consolidation somewhere? Because after a while, everyone will be so confused on what to use it.
Yeah, I like your question. The way I see it is a specialization per industry is what is emerging. Maybe consolidation in that particular industry, but how startups and companies differentiate themselves is by having a solid industry knowledge, expertise, and specialization. Right? You can have the models that we have right now are so generalized. You will see a lot of models designed and tailored, for example, for healthcare or for manufacturing. So to answer your question, there might be a consolidation, but for a specific industry. They consolidate for a specific industry that is answering or solving a specific industry challenges. That's what I see.
Okay, my very last question. I think we proceed to next part.
Yeah.
What GenAI solution, if you're talking about Copilot, what Copilot you are missing right now? I mean, one example is, for instance,
I want to throw that to the audience. That's a very interesting question.
No, because my feel is that I would love to have one Copilot, who is specializing in psychology. For instance, psychology. I have two young daughters, and again, psychology of the young kids, how to behave, like how to solve different type of conflicts, how to be
I think
better.
Copilot for that.
Yeah, but something connected to psychology to understand the behavior.
Kids,
So,
kids,
yeah, that
behavior,
would be my choice. Yes.
I love that. Which reminds me, in selling, it's all about relationship. It's all about dealing with different personality types. Right? There's a co-pilot who can tell me this is the kind of person you're dealing with based on his social media posts, based on his profile. We have four, of course, the the 16 Mayersburg, etc. Right? If co-pilots for seller,
I'm working with the startup.
You want that?
No, I'm working with the startup who's doing something like that.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
cool. By the way, Arjun is our startup lead for Founders Hub.
I guess for Microsoft.
Microsoft, he covers across Asia. Anyway, going back. So I like to have a co-pilot for sellers where it enables me, empowers me to drive better conversation with different personality types of decision makers. If anyone up to do that, please get in touch with me. I'm happy to be your functional consultant. Related to psych also, right?
Yeah, and because my previous background was universal media, like all these mixed reality classes.
Uh-huh.
And again, as soon as we combine the GenAI and mixed reality classes, we can look at you and see what your interest, involvement level, engagement level, and so on. But probably another like 5 to 7
That's
years.
gonna be super scary though, especially
Yes,
for the
that's basically the main theme of Black Mirror.
Yes, yes, and that is I think super related to what SoMin AI is doing. Building the persona.
Yes, that's what Aleks will share
That's
later
gonna
on.
be a good segue to our next topic.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Super happy to be here. I hope that was useful. Please reach out to me. You can find me on LinkedIn. It's June Lee.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Okay. I think I'll do my part because again, I'm a very practical person, so I don't like to talk about hypothetical case studies or use cases.
Uh-huh.
So let me show you something. So 2 weeks ago, there was a big social media briefing. One of the biggest customers in Singapore, so one of the biggest social media. And when they announced this briefing, 3 out of 10 agencies come to us also, and they tell us that we need their system. And why they need our system? If you played this game before, this is and it's probably the same age that I. This is years of my measure. And the resources, investment, and energy in order to explore different areas. So the ideal case for us is to have an open map which shows you exactly where the company is based, what their competitors do, and how to win this game. And again, if you play Heroes of Might and Magic, you probably know that it's not possible without cheat codes. And again, in our case, the cheat codes, in our case, the cheat codes indicate experience in AI in Gen AI. So again, we started doing AI before even Gen AI was kind of a big thing. And again, Aleks can share more about his past and his science work. And you have multiple customers and VC funding for the company. So the company consists of three parts. And again, these three products are interconnected. And I think the SoMin for is basically why all the big company stages come to us. And I will share more details. So the idea is that SoMonitor it has multiple features, but one of them, it creates media library of all the content that was posted on social media by the company, all the period, many different periods. And this is a case of Bulaklak, for instance. It was done for 6 months. It's for Vitaly, not just Bulaklak, but different companies. So we managed to collect and combine and analyze 13,000 posts within probably like one
These
day.
are publicly available data.
Yes, it's publicly available, and I was actually quite surprised. It all happened after because again, I came from a slightly different industry. It all became publicly available after the Trump election in the US, when Zuckerberg was in the Senate, and all
Oh, it used to be private.
they don't publish it now. You can see it publicly. I mean, they need to publish all this data, Google Transparency Library, and so on. But the problem is when they publish, it's usually the campaigns or the posts that are going on now, and you'll be surprised that most of the brands or agencies, how they track it. They open this page, they do the print screen or screenshot, they paste it in document, and basically this is how they track it. So they don't track the visuals, they don't track the text, they don't track the content, the context, and so on. So again, and in our case, the system can not just track it, it can analyze how you're active, how your competitors active, and do many different insights, which is basically the next one, because it can create different content pillars, like what is important to your customers, and most important, who are your customers. So again, this is where Gen AI is actually used. We use Microsoft Cloud basically connecting and creating different personas for the brands. So this is, for instance, Bulaklak B2B customers. It's not people who need to order one car, it's people who need to order 1,000 cars. So they probably have a different consideration, different one. The idea is that we can also generate different themes and interests to what's important for them and how many campaigns, how many products, how many posts are reaching the theme that's important for them. And we also can create a different like heat maps, which basically analyzing why some posts are more successful or less successful. And again, it's also the proprietary algorithm, which can give you the accuracy in 65 to 75% in comparison to the industry standard for professional about 25 to 35%. So again, if you give the fee to a professional, most probably you have half of the chance to understand why this campaign works better for them. And this is the quick test, which one do you think? Again, this was done for Bulaklak, but working on Bulaklak, we need to analyze the key competitors. So basically, this would happen. We analyze the content of brand. Looking at this tool, this is the obvious one. Which one do you think has the most likes, most clicks, and so on? So one will that.
Click on both.
I think I'm on the right.
Right?
I'm on the right.
Yeah, I think I mean, I also love Singaporean likes, and I think aside from that, okay,
Which
let's work
performed
place.
well? I want to answer.
Aside from
That one performed well?
yes, the one on the right performed much
Always
better.
good.
Again,
Always
you can
good.
see the data, you can analyze like what are the key requests, key information, and so on. And the most importantly, it also works for different languages because LLM was designed actually, and one of the features was a translation mechanism, and it works with different languages because we've done similar tests with Vietnamese campaign, we've done similar tests with for Arabic market, so I can barely like read any of them, but the system can analyze, translate it, and use them inside power to become motivation and the power to basically create posts for your audience or like to test different audiences. And we know that it's also interesting that many companies come to us, let's say big car manufacturer, and they launch electric vehicles in the Philippines, and they want to understand without even launching anything. They just want to understand what the kind of surrounding the competition landscape.
Yeah.
So analyzing this, they can understand what are the key buyers, what are the key customers, what are the key personas, and so on. So again, imagine how much money you can save just before going to any other markets, especially like Philippines is nearby. But for instance, if you want to enter Saudi Arabia, it's completely different world. I mean, I've been there many times. It's very different from Singapore, culturally, like I would say, economically, business environment is different and so on. So before spending money, time, and energy, you can come and take into the market, and you have a different list of hypotheses what may work and what actually works for your key members in this market. And the most importantly, when we have all this insight, and this is also one of our products, we can actually create different prompts for and copy the text for articles or even like for visuals. Again, this can be done as a references for the later campaigns for the projects, and when Sora AI will be launched, maybe for some of the initial like storylines, because I don't think that most of the big brands, they are not using Gen AI now in their marketing part campaigns. But again, it can be used as inspiration for the team in order to save time and effort and creative based on the insights we got on the previous stage. And this one, I think Alex can later share more, but because this is where the company started. So basically, SoMin Network is like the result of this product working for more than 5 years, which help to scrape and analyze the data and provide a full behavioral portrait of the person. Not just like how old is the person and this, but to understand what's keys of your interest, favorite colors, favorite dog, like whether he or she has pets, and so on. So again, this is I think a short overview, and Alex will share more about SoMin Network, but a short overview of how to use it. And again, it's quite creative process because we work with many, and mostly the interests come from different creative directors or like marketing managers, and those are very creative people. They need to understand like who are the customers, how the product fits them, and so on. And I quite like that it's not like it's probably one of the few projects nowadays which use Gen AI for data analytics, which can analyze huge, massive data, scrap it, process it, and then provide you with some different insights. And this is quite
This is just a dream when I was doing marketing in the uni.
Alex is going to start his part, but based on legend, one of the founder and basic product directors for this product, when we came to the company, he told that I don't need money, I just want to make my people from the agency happy, because basically this patent, like the report I showed to you, the project, it was about 75 pages. Basically to generate the report manually, usually the agency spend maybe up to 1 month. The system can do it about three days. Basically 2 days scraping and 1 day to
Analyzing,
yes.
but you still edit it, right? You still double check your accuracy.
Actually, we approved and check and edit together with the customer. Then we basically show it to them and give them the insights. And usually, the team from their side they confirm some part.
You're a co-pilot for marketeers. Or more than that.
Yeah, so compared to Vitaly, I'm a very unpractical person, so I'm just gonna show you the platform that I'm not gonna sell to anyone, but at least hopefully you understand how it works, right? Talking about dashboards, we believe we still need them because with no dashboards, there's no reports, there's no happy clients, and most of our clients are agencies actually, and agencies need dashboards. Generally speaking, people who tend to work with the data, they usually don't want to blindly rely on what the system says, especially if the system is tend to hallucinate. So I think it's always about finding a compromise between their insights that you provide, the level of depth insights that you provide, and also the level of easiness of use and ideally, yeah, communication with the system.
Yeah, context.
So yeah, so I think for the B2B applications like this for marketing, it will take some time to go from dashboards to a full interaction with a computer. Not because LLMs cannot do it, but because it will take industry time to start trust LLM to extend that. They can really, believe what the system outputs and just taking it. Plus, you need to also think about this when a manager is planning something to, let's say, to a director or the boss. They cannot just say, hey, LLM, send that out, I need you. Right? So they need to understand why a certain decision has been made. So explainability become very important. So therefore, in this system, what we decided to do, we decided to take very different direction into how we use large language models. And instead of generating the content, which we do with our other program, but here, instead of generating the content, we make LLMs an interface between the data and the human. So that human doesn't need to eyeball everything, but just focus on a very specific insights based on which hopefully they can make a decision. If they cannot, then yeah, we're gonna have a compiler this help. They'll help you to make a decision. I'm not sure it'll be the right decision. Because as those professional marketers, they know that it's always comma but and lots of other things that you really need to consider and take into account when you're big content marketing, right? All the way from content strategy to how you establish brand equity, how you compare to your competitors, how you do the content, what kind of niche you focus, what kind of message you want to put that particular niche. If something works for others, doesn't mean it works for you.
Yeah.
If I'll start selling chicken wings, unlikely it will be as successful as KFC. There must be something else, not just chicken wings themselves, not even tasty chicken wings, right? There must be something else. So someone was looking for that. So that's how we build it. So here all the data. It's a little bit like hygiene. Here you're gonna see all the engagement by all the brands in the car industry here, right? It's a real-time data as well, so it's continuously analyzed and being analyzed and it's being presented to the users. So we can collect all this data and we're doing it all the time. And you could, if you want to see actually who was doing well, how many polls they were doing in each of the platforms. Here we are looking at conference, right? So you can see the content. So I think here now very important, what large language models can do really well is to look into the content and break it down into, we call it concepts, communications, with concepts, or some of them we could call content pillars. Yeah, so every single post I click, I actually can see that this post is about community engagement. Topic is corporate social responsibility. This is a particular topic in YE secondary school students, right? So the audience, educators, so customer need addressed is community, connection, knowledge. There's some insights that students here create real world industry exposure, etc. Different products that have been identified, etc. So marketers do this manually. That's weeks. They take the best content and get the most engaged. They take this and then they, okay, so this seems to be educational content.
They analyze it, right?
What kind of product does it address? Okay, let me think. And then they categorize. And you cannot pass it to junior people. Junior people gonna
Mess it up.
no, they're gonna make screenshots in PPT and pass it back to you. It's gonna be you doing that during the night. Yeah?
Yeah.
Actually. So I mean everybody has to learn, right? But this is how it works in the industry. I see you get quite active, start looking your head. So exactly, this is how it works. And you see, we have such a powerful technology nowadays that can process all this and give us something like this. We call it
You
content
do that on
library.
LinkedIn now.
Yeah, so we are in discussions with Microsoft to provide us an API so that we'll be able to do that. This really depends on
Microsoft
how.
or LinkedIn?
Well, with Microsoft at the moment, we met two of their representatives from Marketing Mondays event, so might be hoping. So Here we go. You can actually look into all this content and the same. This is already ads. Yeah, this is not organic. This is ads. And you can understand that in the car trading industry, the main focus is on businesses and pretty much budget conscious individuals. So blue is Grab, then green is Gojek, and if you look in the bottom, this one is Tata. Then there is some reddish things there. Oh, right, yeah, well.
Reddish sweet.
Reddish, right. Not very relevant. Actually, I can go much back. I see the power of it that usually.
Based on your assessment, who performs really well?
I'm gonna tell you.
Okay.
Tell you. Oh, you're gonna tell me.
You guys.
Yeah. Okay. So the main fight in the car trading nowadays is in B2B, not B2C, because B2C is very commoditized. It's like everybody. How many apps do you have in your phone? At least two, right? Grab and Gojek.
Correct.
Yeah, you're gonna open both.
And
Which one is
compare
cheaper? I want
them.
the one comes earlier. Yeah. So that's not really the battlefield. The battlefield is B2B because for the business owner like Henry, for example, he will decide to do corporate car hailing for his employees. He will stick to one, and then unlikely he's gonna have two providers connected to his zero account or whatever. He's gonna have only one, and he's gonna spend all their funds through that. So what's the big power of this is that you can actually go and say, audience, okay, I want to look for only B2B content, like the content that is particular targeting at entrepreneurs, for example. And you will see, okay, here we go. It's only Gojek and Grab. There's not much competition. Now, we have a model that can predict if the content is working or not. Because we run so much ads over 5 years, so we actually can tell which content will work or not even before this run, or if competitors run it. Can large language models do it? Can large language model predict whether content is good or not good?
Maybe.
Yeah, so actually they could, but they do it 30% worse than what we train. So one learning is large language models, they are great, but when it comes to very specific tasks, machine learning still beats them. And it's understandable because that is very focused and large language models are very broad.
Correct.
Yeah, so we build our own model that can predict this. And I say, okay, I'm only curious about the clickability high here. And if I put clickability high, it means it's gonna work. Then Grab will be the only one. So Gojek did a lot of activities on running ads, but the Grab is the one that actually managed to make the ads actually work. And with large language models, you cannot really tell which part of it is working, but with traditional machine learning, you can actually tell, okay, here is coffee cup. This coffee cup really drives engagement to this particular content. But then large language models helping it to break it down on what exactly within this content is meaningful. And this becomes so powerful because now, if you want to do a proper content strategy, you don't need to guess or rely on just few images. You can go in and say, okay, I want to see what kind of, let's say, maybe topics Grab is talking to produce their best performing ads in the last few months. You choose topics here, and then you understand, okay, so the topics are managing expenses with Grab for Business, streamlining employee expense claims, employee benefits for Grab services, trips with Grab for Business Concierge, which is a product, and meal allowance for employees. Okay, so now if you remove all the filters here, and we will put, let's say, topic, where's topic? Topic, yeah, it's topic thing. I don't have a topic here, but I can put maybe something related to meals and the products. Meal, for example, here, right? I will be able to, okay, that's not B2B category. So I'll be able to see that actually Grab is very much pushing into their meal related products, or maybe not from car hailing. They're doing a lot of meal delivery services and general delivery services. So that's a big advantage on the product. So okay, how do I plan my communication from here? No problem. And we can come back to what Vitaly was showing recently, because out of all this, we could actually get the full understanding of what are the personas right now actually need. And the few of those personas were efficiency enthusiasts, financial empowerment champions, and efficiency innovators. The enthusiasts and innovators, they are pretty similar, just enthusiasts, they are using Excel, and innovators using ChatGPT. Yeah, I mean, in a simple way. You are probably an innovator. And we get financial empowerment people, and this is about empowering your employees, providing some benefits, giving some, making them feeling happier and better and more empowered in their work. And if you look who is actually addressing these personas, you'll see number 3 is addressed almost equally by Graph and Gojek. But number 1 and number 2, number 3 is the innovators, efficiency innovators. Both companies pitching to their customers like, with our corporate car hailing services, you're gonna be, doing very well and all this. Yeah, you're gonna be very efficient and you're doing it in a cool way, not like some spreadsheet, but in one app, we can recognize your bill and all this. You'll see later. And you'll see that number 1 and number 2 are pretty much almost fully Graph. Is anyone from Graph here in the room? No? I feel like I'm advertising Graph.
You are.
Yeah, but I'm just telling the data. This is our vision. We don't advertise anyone. We talk data, and from the data you actually see what the industry is. So
These data came from their Facebook posts
data-
and ads.
yeah, correct.
Are they doing anything on TikTok now?
They do. They do TikTok and they do LinkedIn. So LinkedIn question was pretty relevant, I have to say. But yes, they do. Especially for B2B, that LinkedIn will be quite important. We can also do search. Yeah, we can also do YouTube. Here we go. Number 1 and number 2 don't press. So number 1 and number 2 is actually the opportunity for Gojek to take an action. When yes, their product is less advanced, but communication-wise, it still can penetrate one of those areas to do a better job. And how do they usually do it? Usually it's persona plus communication direction that we want to take to attack the market. So topic 1 is efficient business transportation. Here we get Gojek, here we get Graph. Which content you like more, Gojek or Graph? It's Gojek, it's Graph. It's Gojek, it's Graph. No heat match, just which one you like more.
No, but then Gojek is more focused on people, while Graph is more focused on kind of items. I'm just saying that.
I feel Gojek is more focused on stock images and Graph is more focused on creativity. Okay, anyway.
Fair observation.
This is true, yeah? Okay, anyway.
Stock images.
It's okay, let's be wrong. They do DCO, right? They do a lot of noise. Just the thing is not what kind of visuals you use. The thing is topic 2, which is optimize the business operations and employee expenses, is just Graph. See, and this is very targeted visuals. Here's delivery. Here's multiple rides booking at the same time. And actually, there's a person there, right? Is also like the obviously a business owner or maybe HR or something like that. And there's another lady here. See, there's actually quite a number of people there as well. They're actually quite diverse, and you can see here they're focused on different allowances for different services, etc. So then another one, yeah, this is funny. I'll just share with you. There was some Thai content run by Grab in Singapore. My head of product believes that it was a purpose. I believe that it was just a mistake.
Accident.
Yeah,
They're
but
wasting
what
money.
is the really cool thing is that the platform catch it and put it in the report. So you can even spot these kind of things, and like.
Immediately without.
Yeah, imagine I'm an agency for I want to bring Grab to run ads for them. I call Anthony and say, Anthony, your current agency running Thai ads in Singapore. You really want to actually I did WhatsApp with him about once we discovered that.
How
So,
much money they're losing, right?
Elon. I mean, I know how much.
Not bad, not bad.
Not that bad. Yeah, like Force and Microsoft. Yeah. So another one is digital gift voucher services and business organizations right here, and then we got this corporate gifting. This is not really a product. You can make corporate gifting product in the form of, let's say, rides or in the form of whatever premium car very easily. You don't need to add services in the country for that, but it's just grabbing there. And Gojek is not it. So, if you look at the topics, it will be just first something by boss, pretty much evenly, and then second and the fourth, they will be shared, but there will be no much of the Gojek inside. So, if you want to penetrate those areas, you could actually build the personas that can go into that. And here is how it works. So, he wants to create a story based on the persona and the communication schema. So this is a persona. You can have so all this generated by AI, yeah, but it's grounded by our own AI. So this is a character of the persona, right? So you have a general description, background, personality, needs, aspirations, interests. This is the different angles of the communication. Shared angles, economic angles, psychology angles. You can actually pick up some angles that are not attacked by others and create some alternative. As one of the possible heroes here that is a business owner in Singapore, too much focus on efficiency, employees keep quitting and asking for the pay raise. Why is that? Okay, so he's finding Gojek as a solution to not just be an efficient manager, but also employee corporate gifting to increase the retention and make the employees more satisfied. So it's a persona of efficiency enthusiast, the one that Gojek haven't addressed, and the communication schema is the corporate gifting, which is grabbed as a present, but they are not. And out of this, we can further generate their content, something
So
like
basically, when I work
like here.
when I work with
Video
video production, like the one with Aleks explained, this was actually the brief we got from the customer when they need to create the advertisement and so on. So again, imagine, but it's based on the data, it's based on real like analysis and results and so on. And again, it saves like a lot of time, a lot of effort to improve the result.
Interesting.
So if anybody wants that report, you can add me. Oh yeah, okay. WhatsApp disappeared and now we get trial. That's because Vitaly is practical. Yeah. Anyway.
You have WhatsApp now.
Yeah. So no, it's no longer there. But okay. So you could still no. You cannot. Can you? No, you cannot. You can ask me for WhatsApp in the end of this, and you can have the platform if you want to. So this QR code will bring you to the website. You can just fill out the form yourself and register, and you try it by yourself. Honestly, this platform doesn't really need to be sold much if you are in the audience that kind of doing these things manually. You will want to hug Vitaly and walk with this forever because this is something very new and
Even if you don't, you can find it.
yeah, you can sit back with that.
Free
So
hug.
we are building a new category, right? This is something that is doesn't
see the demo?
exist by others. Yeah.
Can you see the demo? How does it work?
Oh yeah, well this is what you're seeing just now. There was a platform with all their analytics.
But you set it
there.
up, right? If I access your
You don't need to access mine, you can
application,
access this, put Microsoft, put Google,
it automatically populates.
it will automatically populate and after a few days you'll get all the analytics.
Scan.
I see, this is how it works. Yeah, so you can follow and
And how do you charge? Is it, let's say my trial expires.
yeah, so we charge subscription and it's very accessible compared to social listening. Yeah, so this is really great platform and I think what is important in the market is to be fair. So large language models to me is such a booster, also helping software to be so much more useful easily. And that's why also much more affordable, and it's great. So, what will be in the future?
But
There-
the report doesn't come in the trial.
The report doesn't come in the trial, but in August it will. Yeah, but don't wait for August, because in August the trial will be very short. So we're actually thinking to make it like just 2 days, because we already get the queue of people
Wanting it.
wanting it. Yeah, we internally need to onboard them fast enough. So what's gonna be happening in here? So we're gonna have LinkedIn edits. We're gonna have TikTok edits. We already have Google. We have the event notification system. It's pretty cool. Imagine you are KFC and you don't want McDonald's, to walk, mess around with chicken. Right? Chicken is your thing, right? You don't want anyone to talk about chicken. So McDonald's start writing about chicken and say the breakfast, family, blah blah blah, family pounding. Platform will automatically detect that, send you a notification email. Hey, McDonald's advertising to chicken. If you are McDonald's, if you're KFC, you're gonna do an action, make an action. If you are an agency of McDonald's, you're gonna be at first telling KFC that we better do a chicken campaign to fight this particular chicken burgers.
How fast do you catch it? Less than a minute, 1 minute?
Well,
real time?
We get it real time, but it updates about 12 to 24 hours. So maybe next day we're gonna know about it. Well, right now industry standard is it's clients tells you. Yes,
Or you're following it.
What are you doing?
It's a
My competitor is doing this, and so now you will be one of those few agencies that comes proactively and say, okay, just $30,000 campaign, we make it for you in a few days, and we're gonna fight McDonald's, something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, in the case of McDonald's, it will be $30,000, which is even better. So this notification thing is very important, and the report generation that we're showing, we're gonna have a wizard that walks you through where you're gonna choose which communication angle you're gonna choose, what kind of persona you want to address, and what kind of talking points you want to take, and it will generate the story and even content briefs. So if let's say you're on the branding side, for you it would be just one button to make a brief for your agency, and vice versa for the agencies. It will be much easier to pitch, much easier to just even GTM, not just doing your work, just sales. It actually helps sales in agencies as well quite a bit.
So when this big customer, they announced this social media pitch, 3 out of 10 agency come to us because they realized that, I think it was
That's too few. It should be 7.
But basically, as soon as they realized that they have only like 1.5 week to test and to try maybe like thousands of different posts, they realized that it's not possible. And not many solutions on the market can do actually Gen AI data and analytics in marketing field. Because again, this is our specialization, basically this is our success story.
Cool.
And report, the one Aleks showed to you, I spoke with some industry expert and asked them how much do you charge for this. They called me different numbers from $15,000 to $30,000 for the report. Here the system started from August and full automatic, now it's half automatic, can generate this type of report. You have all the insights and so on.
Okay, now I know what you resell in the Philippines. Just the report.
Yeah, so this is what's up. Yeah. Okay. Any question, guys? I'm pretty much done. Yeah, of course. We are practical. No, just impractical. Anyway, yeah, we really respect your time, especially on Monday, because it's already 6 o'clock, right? So everybody wants to go home. But if you have questions, you can ask.
How's the traction now? And how are you forecasting to grow in the next?
We grow every month, we grow twice.
Wow.
So
Individual user, company user?
companies.
In
yeah,
terms of
plus.
all your 3 partners?
So monitor grows twice the last 2 months, and these all agencies. So I think in Singapore we are already hitting maybe 10% market share. We're gonna.
So you don't
By
have
the
a
end of the year, we
competitor.
hope everybody gonna use it. We want to be a new standard, and we will be, because this is so needed
Yeah.
and it's so helpful
Yeah.
and it's not expensive.
Imagine
What else?
having also the insurance industry.
Even
Like
VCs
FWD
using
and
it.
Sun Life in the Philippines.
even VCs using the due diligence of startups.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's actually analytics tools. They are pretty good, but again, it's the people who used to work with data. They need to use it, right? Because
And I can even
Yeah.
start individually if I want.
oh yeah,
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
How
of
are you
course.
posting
Yeah.
in the next, in the
No, you
last
can.
1 year?
Yeah, you can. By the number of ads a company, a startup is running, you can estimate what's their overall budgets and actual spends and project their cost.
Correct.
Just put
Right.
10 startups inside and decide just how much ads each of them is running easily, right? So it's pretty useful.
Yeah.
All right.
Love it.
Thanks for coming and participating.
Questions? Come on, give me hard questions.
To give some background, Aleks has PhD in social media, minor in data analytics. And basically, he has about 50 different scientific works. So if you have
Oh,
any
wow.
hardcore technical question, you can also ask him.
What are the guardrails to ensure that you're following ethical AI? Oh, that's tough.
Yeah, this is a very easy question. You know why?
Oh, easy. Oh, I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's easy because we don't publish our data as compared to those Gen AI that generates and publish the content. In our case, it analyzes the data and provides internal analytics to the manager. And we kind of not under the scope of that in a sense, but the answer to this is you have to ground your models very well. So you don't let Gen AI just answer a question. You let it answer within the frameworks that we define when you prompt it, right? So otherwise you're gonna have it hallucinating all the time, and it will be kind of an issue. So we did monitor first 30 platforms we created on a daily basis by our team, and once we get rid of hallucinations, we realize there's nothing really, well, sometimes ads are quite abusive, right? But in that case, we actually should show what is inside, right? But other than that, it's not under the scope, and we are still taking care of it.
I love it. Good.
So, and this is quite cool because I think that one of the major bottlenecks of Gen AI would be the legal piece.
The what?
The legal piece, the copyright.
Ah, yes.
It's
Yes.
actually already, even
It is. A lot of lawsuits.
OpenAI have, like a year ago in July, OpenAI spent $1 million on 10 research teams to particularly study this legal piece, 10 projects under each. I mean, because Sam was coming here, right, in June, right? So we were chatting with him. He told about that project as well. Then they were releasing in July and August. It was for, I think, 4 months, so they already put quite a bit of efforts on this. And I think that will be happening more and more and more because large language models, they are not creative. They are not smart either.
Yeah.
They are perfect plagiarism systems. But they're doing it at
So
such
smart.
a great, they're not only smart. If
I mean, massive, right?
yeah, they just do, yes, right. So they do it massive. If your brain can store that much data as GPT even 2, then you will be also that smart in your definition. It's really not about being smart. The architecture is also very stupid. It's very simple. The thing is about the data, it's like humans cannot actually get it that is plagiarized. And that's why the model that we train that can predict whether it's Gen AI or not, they're very accurate. Because there's a lot of models that can predict whether it's Gen AI or not. Why is that so accurate? Because it's actually very simple for another AI to figure out this one is AI. And therefore, it will be a lot of copywriting because many of the phrases you can just search on internet, right?
Yeah.
And then see the source, and then you're gonna. So that's the risk of the businesses. So I think Microsoft have to be also very careful about
Yeah.
putting efforts on particular startups that just do content generation because eventually it might be a really great business just shut in one day.
Yeah.
Interesting. So your model does a lot of things, which is really amazing. Which step, the current state requires most human input?
Making a decision of what kind of content what kind of campaign to run, what kind of direction to go. We
Budget.
deliberately don't want Gen AI to make the decision for you.
And the budget, right? Budget to put in
No budget,
can be recommended.
we can recommend the budget, and this is not difficult, but our statement is always this is for professional users. If you use data to make decisions, it makes your life really super simple. And when you were spending maybe 3 weeks on figuring out what is happening in there, and then maybe 30 minutes to figure out the budget, why do we need to automate figuring out the budgets if you're helping you in the first 3 weeks to make in a few hours, right? So I think this is pretty much the way we're doing this.
Interesting. Great question.
All right. Hey, Joshua, you have questions? Come super late, right? The last 10
Thank you to
minutes.
pass you something.
When you put
Do you
me
like
on
the
the
QR
spot.
code? This is very, very famous person. This person cycled 2,000 kilometers to Myanmar.
Bangkok.
Yeah.
To raise funds
To raise funds.
or
This is extremely famous person.
for himself.
No. For a hospital that treats patients for free. Yeah. And they didn't
He
raise.
donate-
They
he donates
haven't
some
From
raised.
money.
Singapore to Bangkok.
So-
like that.
Yeah, they haven't raised
How
full
long was
amount.
that?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, how long was the trip?
Yeah.
How long
2
was
weeks.
that?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool, and I think, yeah, this is cool, but that's cooler, yes?
Yes. Absolutely.
Next time maybe we invite you for a fireside chat as well
Yeah, why not?
about your cycling experience and
What is
marketing.
Tuesday? If Monday is marketing Mondays, what's Tuesday? Sales.
Yeah, so there are definitely founder Fridays in Singapore, that's for sure.
Is this from Ace?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, there's.
heard that
and
from
no,
Ace.
from,
I'm sorry,
from
SG Tech.
I'm part of SG Tech as well, that's why I know about that.
I heard that from SG Tech. We're doing something with them on Founder Friday.
Founder Fridays.
Founder Fridays in our office.
And there's Tech Tuesdays.
Like Tuesday, also Tech.
Could be Tech Thursdays, which is pretty smart. so nothing for Wednesdays. Oh, you have an idea for Wednesdays?
No. I just have another question. How do you eliminate or say reduce the the illumination or
Hallucination.
yeah
Yeah.
those problems? Do you use RAG or any way to do that?
Yeah. So the recent models have a very huge context window, right? Like Gemini, for example. So you can put lots of data in every prompt that you do, and we put a lot of background data, including the data about the categorization that we want to receive. So, for example, if you want to, let's say you could just ask LLM, hey, tell me different categories, like tell me which categories of cars these ads were talking about. And it could start talking about, say, sedans versus hatchbacks. It could start talking about beautiful versus not beautiful, or red cars versus yellow cars, right? It's all categories. So this is like a wrong professional way of using LLMs. But if you would prompt, I want categories of car in terms of the fuel type, which could be diesel and gasoline, or maybe electric as well. That's the example of grounding, because now you give a categorization.
Grounding.
Yes, grounding, and it's very unlikely LLM will come up with, no, this is gasoline and this car is yellow, right? It's unlikely it will be the response. It will be like a bad LLM doing that, right? So now the more grounding you do, the better, more structured response will be. But if you overdo, then you end up having super rigid system that doesn't match your needs either. So now how do you do it dynamically and ground the system based on real-time data? That's the IP of this platform pretty much. Because you want to ground it, but you don't want it to the extent that it's always the same, but you don't want it to hallucinate. And you want it to be based on the real data, so you collect the data in real time and ground it in the real time all the time. Prompting everything.
When you did the training, where'd you get the data from?
Training on
Your solution.
well
Your model.
partially from the ads that we were running in the past, right? And partially from the
All
actual
public.
data from the internet, right? Yeah.
About the data.
Correct.
Because that's the challenge of all startups right now. I was speaking with, they don't have the data. They engage
Oh.
the, what's that?
Don't have the data, but the even credits.
You're going. Nice to meet you.
But how do you decide, sorry, how do you decide good one on high click versus a bad one?
Oh,
That
that
data is not public, public.
that's not public data. That's from campaign data. We have another product, so ads that runs ads. It optimizes campaigns over hundreds of ad sets. So we know what kind of CTR is coming from, what kind of content, copy, visual, and targeting. And we run over $100 billion of this kind of campaigns. So for us, it's pretty simple now to predict. But not just predict what works for the other, but also do the heat map that explains that part, right? You're saying that actually explains whether this ad is working. As you remember, that I want to show you something like this. So this heat map is the way the model decides that this content is better. So the model will run on this and also run on this, decide that this one is better, and then this moment that is highlighted on content is an explanation why the model decided this way.
So the red color means more chance of getting clicked, or it's just an element that contribute to it?
Element definitely. I mean, do you feel people will be clicking on the rice? No. So it's the food.
Even I think the
is
wording
here.
also.
Yeah. So I think the way you, okay, so it requires a bit of training, but the way you read it is people will be generally looking at this side. It's a lot of emphasis on the food, and meal and easily is quite important. And this is, you can remove, nothing will change. Graph for business also, the brand doesn't really help here anyway. You can just cut the code that it will be a pretty good banner, or you can put actually some, maybe promotion inside, and then it become even better. How do you know whether it's better or not? Well, you can create lots of copies, and you don't need to run, you run through the system, you will actually see which one will better, which one will worse. So even before spending budgets, you already know.
Yeah, a lot of marketers do A/B testing.
Yeah, and you can A/B test via AI before running this.
Correct.
Yeah. So
Saves
this is
cost
very
money.
powerful for e-commerce. Because e-commerce have so much SKUs, right? That's why it's all 360. It's not just one product, not two products, or whatever. One runs ads, but ads coming from a good strategy, which is so monitor. But before run ads, you want to know which one will work better. You want to create content. Okay, here you go. Small. All right,
Are you
then.
racing?
Huh?
Are you racing?
Yeah, we are raising. Yeah, that's.
Where's my check?
So.
That's what we do. But you see, companies they need people. So this business is already profitable, but to grow it faster, of course we always raise. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
All right. So get your another coffee, and there's I think 7 or 9 more buns left there.
What's the success ones?
Something that you never eat. Yeah, something tasty. Yeah, not vegetables. Something people like, you know.
Something people like. You're vegetarian.
No.
Okay.
It's fitness geek, you know. So you get those, you get a coffee,
Your
and
friends will die and you're still alive.
yeah, I'm gonna be first for sure. And come over, take our WhatsApp and chat with anything. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ay, ano ko ba yan? Hindi ka mukhang Pinoy. Ano ba yan? Wait ka lang tayo sa LinkedIn.
Ay, thank you. I was,
Ka ba?
no, actually, sa visiting nag-ano nung leisure lang.
Okay.
When I saw this, Eventbrite.
Eventbrite.
Yeah.
Ano to sa Maya, I work in fintech.
I think I heard. Okay.
Kasi mapunta kami yan sa Maya.
Ano ba dito?
How about you?
Nakakatuwa naman. Ako dito punta ko, nandito rin pala tayo.
Walang kahit sa Iceland.
Yeah. So we were sa malapit na rin sa Legis Chama.
Sa Greenfield.
Talaga.
Greenfield.
TV5.
Medyo malayo na.
Okay.
Sa may flower.
Yes, everything na. Everything na. Mahirap ako. More pag-over or mas gusto mo.
There's a platform that is some whacker guess always
Ah, okay. No regrets.
Imagine mo yung exchange rate
Ako sa
They go 43, so
43 kinambar ko. Today, 45 na.
45.
Oo, sabi ko. Ginawa ko yung credit card. Sabi ko lahat ng cash ko dito.
Sorry, Singapore.
Ayun. May event lang kasi kami sa London. Yung friend ko na anime. Sinuportan naman natin. Sabi ko kaming feeling of my lifestyle. So, tingnan ko.
actually
So, ano nyo? Tapos din.
Yes.
Tapos din.
Yeah, me too.
Yes. Yes. Yung product management. Kaya yung co-pilot,
Yeah, so they oversee like multiple
yeah. Oh, yeah, AWS pa rin kami. Per team namin.
So Italy just
Taas na ng gas namin. I'm not sure of the number, pero oo, mahal na. Mahal na. I mean, I can Mahal ba natin, di ba? So yun, nakakatawa lang.
Nakakatawa rin naman figure what I never imagined.
Yeah. Yes,
yeah, so I do want to say
Thank you.
find something that makes up.
Sige, sige.
Well, quite niche.
Sobrang,
So it's a little bit
small world. Ilang years ka na dito sa Ba't yung plan?
Solar powered charger. But solar powered charger.
Yeah.
I say in Singapore there's more common.
But
That's where
it
like
doesn't really
people
work.
do events like
I don't know how often you're charging.
I like the concept, so I was super curious whether it works. Not really. I mean, it does, probably if you put it whole day outside, if it wouldn't die, and it might work. But I don't know. Hopefully. So example,
Let's say one.
Walk around.
where do you
Na
live?
5 days ko, pagbalik mo dun,
Yung homesick ko, okay lang. Parang
I was living in Gimok. Pero wala pa.
kasi malapit lang naman eh. So I think no problem.
napapaisip ako. Oo nga eh.
Well, you look like you're an advertising agency.
Yeah, I do.
Kahit mga...
Very good sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I know some Japanese who care that I am music. Yeah, so maybe advertising agency. Artists. But you are artists, okay? So yeah. What do you think?
I guess because I do I guess so challenge to like when you say you are which is
Ito yung ano ko naman yung PR. So, natasiguro. So,
Free example.
Usually when you do content strategy, you're trying to understand the issue and that tells you which niches everybody is busy with and which one is working better. So then you as a content strategist can propose day-to-day content strategy. This is what the whole university is. This part everybody tried, but this one better. This part everybody tried. You see a couple of really good posts that is and then you can show customer need. This one will become the persona building. From persona building get a story, from story get a byline, from byline get a content. And we also there's a few Bulaklak and other people, Neos 360. Everybody's doing. And the second one is to prepare the content strategy. Content strategy is for two reasons. For the existing clients, just keep doing. For the new ideas, and better find for that, yeah, that's for upsells. And they can also pitch new one, like they say, Monday, 3 agencies coming to us at the same time. We want to target Monday, we want to win a pitch. So we analyze it and all the points by all the companies. Exactly where you need to pay free to make the best content strategy. You can just go present to the client and show the top businesses. I have everything, I know everything better than you, better than your other agencies. Who are you going to choose? Them with their creative PPT or me with all the data? You choose now, and then they can walk away and shut the door. It's too cold. Yeah? That's why it's so addictive in a sense. But of course we are lucky because we are the first to build. After maybe 2 years, there will be a couple of competitors. So now we just started to have always take being first mover is great, but yeah, you have to be ahead, and that's the next challenge. Yeah, I tried it. Set it up or WhatsApp. You got my WhatsApp, right? Yeah, just contact me WhatsApp and I'll give you the form that is a lonely trial. Because that one is no, but just don't tell Vitaly, yeah? It's practical, I'm not. I want people to use it. If you want people to pay for it. How about you?
Questions like, for example, data analysis or the competitors analysis. Do you use like sort of this crawler to get more data from certain areas? Like automatically?
Yeah. We are not a research lab. We have lots of people working on it. 50 proxies.
But I mean,
that's really
is that possible? Yeah, the data one
we're not doing it, but it's a good idea. Maybe that's something everybody will be doing. In fact, it's quite cool to use LLMs to fool the system that block the crawlers. Right? Like a Facebook is trying to understand whether you're real or not, you use LLMs to send messages to friends while you're scrapping it. Basic scrapping is no problem. Company startups always win.
You said, they can bypass
it's public data. It's available to everyone who is registered in the platform. It's available to everyone. I think that can hire
testing.
50 students with a pencil and pen and write down all this. Right?
Test.
no too much.
Just testing.
There's no too much problem. Yeah, so drop me a message.
Test. I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
I can really make it open for your immune system. Nice to meet you. Yeah, what
Can you
is
hear me?
no power?
Louder a bit?
Buwan natin yan. Buwan natin yan.
Okay, I think it's fine now. Okay.
Okay, nice to meet you. You too.
Pero,
And by the way, can I ask you some technical questions on the...
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, no problem.
Thank you.
Have a good day, man. Bye-bye.